Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. Into temptation, but deliver from evil. For thine the kingdom and the power and the Welcome, welcome, welcome. You're on with this Due Time with Pastor Steph, Virtual Experience Volume 1. Well, we got a replay of Lady Tamika Evans-Jones, her wonderful rendition of the Lord's Prayer, and I'm happy to say that it went full video. So we're just really thankful to God that we had such an opening. Did you see us last night? Were you on with us last night? If you were not on, because see, in the morning time, that's always my tagline. Where were you last night? So I'm asking, where were you? Okay. You had to take care of the kids. Okay, well, listen, you have no excuse not to catch up. We're on live from 8 to 10 plus, but it's on replay. It's replay on Facebook and replay on YouTube. So, okay, so I'll give you a little recap. So, we had the Hills on hosting, co-hosting with me, and they were an absolute blast. We are so grateful to have had them on with us last night. They did a fantastic job. We did our uh, church folk. Church folk. It's church folk. Tuesday is church folk Tuesday, and it was absolutely crazy. Minister AJ could not stay on. His poor little Wi-Fi would not act right, but eventually it lasted. So we had our Pastor Ed, our Pastor Charlotte, our Pastor Minister AJ, and we had Pastor AJ Hill and his lovely wife, Lady A. And we talked about idols. What happens when you make various things your idol? We talked about family, we talked about prosperity, we talked about career. Oh, and they were absolutely crazy. A lot of laughing. Minister AJ was hilarious, and he said nothing, and he was funny. But I tell you, it was wonderful to get our Pastor Charlene Beard back on board last night. You know, we silenced her in the daytime so that we could have her at nighttime, and it paid off well. So we had a ball. And we had the introduction of our new segment, My 2 cents. Oh my goodness. You know, I've gotten reviews overnight, this morning, all day, and people said that segment was hilarious. And that was Shantice and myself. We reviewed the movie Church, the movie. And from what I understand, we said, don't go get it. But everybody's talking about they want to rent the movie. They want to see the video. Well, you know what? Don't say you weren't warned. We really gave you a full and thorough review of the movie. Church, the movie. Now, we said that clearly. I figured out that it was initially a play. Well, I have to tell you, when you look at the movie, if you should make that unwise decision to do so, when you look at the movie, you're going to understand why I say it's just like a play. It was every bit of mannerisms that we all, you know, those grassroots plays with the church ladies singing all the time, and the man who's acting like the woman in the church sister. Yeah, one of those. It even has some crazy choreography. The sets where the little singing team was singing from, they were singing in the car as like a little encouragement. Don't do it to yourself. But you know how people are, and I want some revenue. I want some residuals for giving such a bad review that we have now led people to the movie house to go see Church, the movie. And it starred Darius McCrary, you know him, Eddie from Family Matters. Yeah, it stars him. And don't be fooled. Don't think that just because. No. So it was fantastic last night. It really was fantastic. And we capped the night with Meet the Two-Time Crew. Yes. You know, this was one of the first times that a lot of them were seeing one another. You know, for some, you know, we click so well. All the segments go so well, it gels so well that there's an impression that we're in the same spot. We know one another. We've met one another. No, that's when you know something is ordained by the Lord, because we don't know what these people look like in real life, other than the Zoom or the StreamYard platform that we're on. And it was exciting. It was exciting. Everybody got a chance to set eyes on the others, and we had a ball just in that little round table we did just asking everybody, one question. We had and they couldn't stop laughing. They couldn't stop laughing. Techie Talk Dwayne was cut up as usual. And we just could not stop laughing. It was amazing. So if you did not get a chance to look at it, or you only got a little piece of looking at it, then guess what? You know that it is there. It's there. Listen, it's there. It's on demand. It's that same on demand feature. Okay. So tonight is our third night in already. And I have to tell you, we've been getting rave reviews outside of the glitches. We've been getting rave reviews. We know, we got some little bleeps and bloopers, and that's gonna make some good real, real. Speed. It's gonna make for some good laughter later. But we have a wonderful night planned for you. We've got our wild women. Now, remember, we're patterning the evenings with what we do in the daytime. And in the daytime on Wednesday mornings, the hot item of the day is wow women, the women of worship. They're all in the house today. I'm so excited because we got a conversation that I think you're gonna like. And the best part about our ladies, it doesn't matter what we're talking about. Oh, they go in. We've got our Techie Talk 2.0. He's not going to be interrupted. He's not going to be talking to Pastor Steph. I'm not going to be talking back to him. Oh, who else do we have? We had Brotherhood Restored with our Minister B. Gregory Moore. We've got so much stuff, and I hope you're ready. So get that popcorn, get that juice, get those goodies, get your dinner. It's still kind of dinner time for some people, but get ready. Yeah, I'm going to mimic chicks right now. Get ready, because we've got one great night ahead of you. Thank you so much for joining us. We could not do this without you. Make sure you take some time to text a friend, call a friend, let them know it's due time with Pastor Steph. Virtual Experience Volume 1 is on right now.
Good evening, everyone. I am so excited about being on It's Due Time with Pastor Steph, the Virtual Experience Volume 1. Once again, as she said, we had an awesome time last night, and we're going to continue in that. Now, most of you see I'm wearing a U.S. Army shirt, and I'm doing that tonight because, as you know, today is Veterans Day, and I want to salute all of our veterans that are out there on today, thank them for their service. And I just want to share a little information with you about veterans. And in particular, since I am a minority veteran and an African American, I want to focus on what we call the Center for Minority Veterans in Washington, D.C. And I also want to highlight some of the activities throughout history in the United States of African American service members, as well as bring you, I want to say, up to speed, or at least enlighten you on some of the benefits that are available for veterans. And obviously, since they're available for veterans, they're available for our minority veterans. One thing that is very clear is that African Americans or Blacks have played a great role in protecting and serving the United States of America as early as the Revolutionary War, where we were actually fighting to be an independent nation. What we find is that in January of 1776, President George Washington actually lifted what had been a ban on Blacks serving in the Army. And so we had tens of thousands of African Americans, Blacks, serving and fighting in the Revolutionary War. Now, mind you, some fought on the side of the Continental Army, which would become the United States, and some also fought on the side of the British. Many of them fought because of the promise of freedom from slavery. So when you go throughout history, African Americans fought in the War of 1812. They served with the naval squadrons. Something that I found interesting is that after the Revolutionary War, there was a ban placed back on blacks serving in the Army from 1792 all the way until 1862. But we find that once again in 1862, blacks entered back into service during the Civil War. And many of them were very instrumental in helping us to win the Civil War, or helping the Union, I should say. There was what we call the United States Colored Troops. And so they were very instrumental. And in fact, the very last war, or the last battle of the Civil War, was fought in Texas, in the Rio Grande Valley. It was the Battle of Palmetto, and United States Colored Troops were actually instrumental in that particular battle. The other thing that we find during the Civil War, or following the Civil War, is that a number of United States Colored Troops were placed along the Texas-Mexico border to occupy various communities. In fact, my hometown, Goliad, Texas, was one of those. And the reason they were placed there is because the French were actually in Mexico. And while the Union was vulnerable, there was concern that they would try to enter through Texas. So these United States Colored Troops not only were placed there to protect, but they were also there to help implement the aspects of what the Union Army and the Union had ordered concerning the end of the war. We find that blacks served in World War I. There were, well, during the Civil War, there must have been about 186,000 blacks, African Americans, that served during the Civil War. Then during World War I, we had more than 200,000 black service members serve overseas, while there were still like 125 still serving in the United States. World War II, once again, about 125,000 served overseas. During the Korean War, we were present. During in fact, during the Korean War, there were like 600,000 black service members. During the Vietnam War, there was some 300,000 black service members, and 25% of the casualties in Vietnam were black soldiers. In fact, one of my cousins died during the Vietnam War. So you had a great participation from our Black Americans during our wartime eras. Then, of course, we know the Gulf War era that we're in now. The Gulf War era began August of 1990 and is still current. So we had Kuwait, we've had Afghanistan following 9/11, which many of us remember that traumatic experience, and then, of course, serving in Iraq. So we've made a great contribution to our country. I served in the Army for 20 years, and I'm thankful to God for that. And in fact, I'm currently still serving for 11 years as a staff member with the Department of Veteran Affairs. So with that, I want to use the remaining time that I have to look at the Center for Minority Veterans. So in 1994, Congress passed Public Law 103-446. And this law was put in place because of the various disparities that were observed in access to veterans benefits by minority veterans. So this public law highlighted African Americans, Hispanic Latinos, Native Americans, and Asian American Pacific Islanders, as well as Alaskan and Hawaiian natives. And the goal is to conduct outreach and ensure that each of these minority veterans had equitable access to the various benefits that are offered to veterans by the Department of Veteran Affairs. So today there's about 1,340,000 service members serving in the United States throughout the various branches: Army, Navy, Marines, Air Force, Coast Guard. 16% of those serving are Black veterans or Black service members. Now, there's about 21 million veterans in the United States today, and almost 2.5 million of those veterans are Black veterans. So let's talk about the Center for Minority Veterans and some of the benefits that are available to veterans. I work for what's called the Veterans Benefits Administration. Now, most of you are familiar with the Health Administration, which are the VA hospitals and clinics. Others of you are familiar with the National Cemetery Administration, which has the VA cemeteries that veterans are buried in. But I work for the Veterans Benefits Administration, and we are the money branch of the Department of Veteran Affairs. And so when I say money, there are seven, we call them business lines that are available. So we offer money through what's called service connected compensation. Veteran has been, service member has been injured on active duty. They've left the military and they still have residuals. We adjudicate a claim that they submit for those particular injuries, and we can actually pay them money depending on the percentage. We can rate you from 0% all the way up to 100%, and based upon that percentage, money is assigned to it. Tax exempt, tax free, money is paid each month for the rest of that veteran's life as long as they have that service connected condition. And in fact, if we rate you at 30% or higher, we'll also pay additional money for all of your dependents, your spouse, your children, whether they be adopted or stepchildren. And if your parents are dependent upon you, we'll even pay you additional money for your dependent parents. We administer something called non-service connected pension, so that if a veteran has a financial need, meaning their income is below a certain threshold, and they served at least a day during a wartime era, we can actually pay them money so that they have means to live. And this is part of our goal to prevent veteran homelessness. We have life insurance. So if a veteran is service connected for a condition, they have 2 years from that date of notification to apply for and access up to $10,000 in life insurance. If they have a permanent disability, they can access an additional $20,000 in life insurance for a total of up to $30,000. We offer educational benefits. One of the best GI Bill benefits of our era is the post 9/11 GI Bill benefit. And with that benefit, we will pay 100% of tuition and fees at any public institution of higher learning. We will pay a monthly tax exempt housing stipend, which is based upon the zip code of the school that the veteran is attending. And it's the equivalent of, like, if you were an E5 with dependents. I remember when I was in New York, my stipend for going to school, living at a school in New York City, was somewhere around like $2,800 a month. And that was a tax exempt amount, in addition to them paying my tuition and fees and giving me $1,000 per year for books. So the educational benefits are great. We talked about the life insurance. There's something called vocational, the name has changed, Veterans Readiness and Employment. And with that program, we work to help veterans become gainfully employed in a career. And if necessary, we will pay for them to go to school, college, get a master's degree, PhD, or if they want to go to a vocational school. But we pay all tuition and fees. We pay the housing allowance. We pay for all book supplies if they need a computer, if they need a printer, if it's a technical skill and they need equipment or tools, we'll pay for that. So the Veterans Readiness and Employment. And then, of course, we have what we call survivor benefits. So if a veteran dies due to a service-connected condition, we will pay monies to the surviving spouse or surviving children, and in some instance, the surviving parents based upon their financial need. So there are great benefits available for our veterans, our minority veterans, and in particular, our African American or our Black veterans. So we salute all of our veterans. And mind you, though the Center for Minority Veterans focuses on minority veterans, we actually serve all veterans. And there is a representative from the Center for Yes, I guess Clown College, if that's what you want to pursue, Minister AJ. So it's training, it's education to get you gainfully employed. One other note that I want to bring, and I think my time is up, is I want to let you know that also with the Small Business Administration, there are Veterans Express loans. If you qualify, just like, oh, and I forgot, the home loan guarantee. So VA will guarantee your mortgage, for a veteran, if you purchase a home, and it's the amount that's guaranteed is based upon where you live. So I know in Texas it's something like, almost $500,000 that we'll guarantee. So in that same line with the Small Business Administration, VA can guarantee up to $300,000 in small business loans. You can get veterans preference for federal and state contracts. All you need is what's called a SAMS number, a DUNS number, and a NACS code. And some other time we'll get into that. Thank you so much for this time with you. Once again, thank you for your service. Any of you that are veterans that are not aware of this, I'm going to give you a number, and you can call from anywhere in the country and you can get more information. 1-800-827-1000. That's 1-800-827-1000. Or you can go on to va.gov to get more information. Thank you so much. I appreciate your service, and I appreciate It's Due Time and Pastor Steph for allowing me to salute our veterans on tonight. God bless you. All right.
Hello, I'm April Dunn Agnew, author of Saved and Celibate, The Christian Singles Guide to Success. Many Christian singles suffer silently in their approach to celibacy. In my book, Saved and Celibate, I offer biblical advice and examples, words of wisdom, prayers of affirmation and encouragement to provoke the Christian single to purify their hearts, rid themselves of guilt and shame, and live this celibate life successfully. You can also purchase my companion workbook and celibacy journal, where I encourage you to create a success action plan, build a personal Bible study, as well as sign a celibacy covenant to commit to your celibacy. You don't have to struggle, Christian singles. You can be successful. Purchase your copy today at www.specialoneministries.org.
Welcome back to It's Due Time with Pastor Steph, Virtual Experience Volume 1. Did you hear that veterans tribute? Let me tell you something about Pastor Ed. He loves his people. And I mean his people. So there's no way in the world he would be sitting on this information and not just disseminating everything he knows and has and is aware of. He is a wealth of knowledge, and I thank him so much for suggesting that we do this. And he's going to get that information to you if he has an opportunity. So thank you, Pastor Ed. We just saw another highlight of April Dawn Agnew's book. That prize is going to be given away today, and you're going to hear about that later. But we have arrived at our highlight of Wednesday mornings. And remember, we're patterning our evening by our morning show. And one of the real biggies on Wednesday morning is the women of worship. They have been a phenomenal asset to It's Due Time with Pastor Steph. Wow Wednesday. So we got a Wow Wednesday night ahead of you. So let me introduce our elder Nitisha Moore, our lady Tamika Evans Jones, and our pastor Kim Brooks. Come on in the house and join me, ladies.
Hello.
Good evening. Good morning. You know I'm still okay. Good evening.
Good evening.
Kim got dropped off. How are you, ladies? How are you?
Good.
Doing just fine, thank you.
Okay, can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Good. So, Lady Tamika, we heard is we heard your song, your wonderful opening. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I think she dropped off.
She just asked us if we dropped off.
Tamika, start singing.
You first.
What a mighty
There we go.
God we serve. What a mighty God. Oh, she's back. Okay. Angels bow
You know what?
before him. Heaven and earth adore him.
What
What a mighty God we serve. You know how they did in church? When the stuff start acting up, you start singing a cappella.
automatically.
That's right. That's right. That's right. You know, this is why you're the women of worship. And the men must be having a ball. They must be laughing their heads off. Well, we're going to get this conversation started. And we're going to, you know, Pastor Kim, if she comes on, if we get her in here, she can join us. But tonight, you know, they've asked for.
You breaking up, Pastor? Oh, she got up again. All right, it's on you this time. You got a song?
All right. This morning when I rose, Lord, I didn't have no doubt. This morning when I rose, yeah,
I didn't have no doubt.
This morning when I rose, yeah,
I didn't have no doubt.
I know the Lord
He'll take care of
there
me.
we go.
All right now. So if we get this problem one more time, I'm going to change location and maybe we'll have a little better experience. But what I was saying was, you know, they wanted something edgy. They wanted something a 2.0, as the millennials call it. And the best part about being with you ladies is no matter what I do, you are always on. So here's what we're going to talk about tonight. The reasons why you need to stop sleeping with him.
Uh-oh.
I'm sorry. I needed to hear that. I felt like I needed to hear that one. I just wanted to let AJ know, since he posted it, I do have a washboard. So watch out.
Right?
Watch what you say, because you just don't know. I have a washboard. It's downstairs. Don't make me go downstairs and get it. And I do know how to use it. Thank you.
All right. Okay, we need another song.
That's a good one.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't sing nothing.
Oh, magnify the Lord, for he is worthy to be praised.
Oh,
magnify the Lord, for he is worthy to be praised. Hosanna, blessed be the rock. Blessed be the rock of my salvation. Hosanna, blessed be the rock. Blessed be the rock of my salvation.
Girl, you just holding them notes.
She must be relocating.
I think so. Yeah. What did you think about this morning show? This morning we had an amazing show.
We did. One of the things that I do love about the show is we absolutely never have an idea of what, even if we're giving the topic, we don't know what it's going to be. And we have, you know, it's on the spur of the moment. And, you know, it's fresh, it's raw, and it's receivable. And I think it was really, really good.
Yeah. Pastor Steph, we were just talking about this morning and what an amazing show we had this morning. And so what was the question for tonight?
The question was reasons you need to stop sleeping with him.
Ooh. And so now when we say him, we talking about him, the husband, right?
No.
Oh. What him is we talking about? Who's we sleeping with?
You're not gonna have the husbands coming after my program. You know that?
I'm just trying to figure out, if we're not married, who we sleeping with?
In other words, we're talking about the single ladies.
Okay.
We're talking about the single ladies, and we're talking about, you know, there's a whole lot of reasons. We ain't got no reason sleeping with him.
That's
and, you know,
right.
as you know, we've all been there. You get caught up and you just keep going on. So
Yeah.
we don't want the ladies to have that same issue. And I thought, who better to discuss this topic with
Yeah.
you ladies?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
have such a wonderful understanding and thought into any topic I give you. So let's start with reason number one.
Mm-hmm.
He won't put a label on that relationship.
Hmm. Hmm.
Okay, Elder Natisha, why don't you give us a start?
Yeah, so if he's unwilling to put a label on the relationship, the truth is you don't want to waste your time. You have, as a woman, I think it's important for us to have some self-respect, some value, and understanding of our worth, and to know that we deserve to be with a man that is able to see the true beauty of who we are and understand that we are worthy of having a title on. And it ought to be, I don't know if y'all remember back in the old days, it was you dated to court and you court to marry. And so from the very beginning, we understood what this relationship was about. We was dating to court, and then the next phase after courting is that we were going to be married. And so you don't want to end up in a situation where you're just wasting time. We don't have time to waste. We got purpose and mission to fulfill. No wasting time.
Right, that's right. That's right. You really need to pay attention to that key component there.
Mm-hmm.
And you're absolutely right, Elder Natisha. Lady Tamika, he won't put a label on it, so you need to close them legs.
Well, here's the dynamic with that. Whenever you engage in anything, whether it's elementary school, there's always a goal in mind. So you start elementary school to go to another school, to go to high school, to go to college.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody suits up just to march time.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about veterans today, so I guess I'm just going to give a little hats off. Nobody puts on a uniform just to sit there and 1 2 1 2 for the rest of your life. What is it that you're going to do? Are you going to remain in a relationship that won't have a title at all? You're just going to do that, mark time for how long? 2 years, 20 years, 90 years, for the rest of your life without a title? Is that your choice? You don't have any goals? It's important that you have a premise from day one, and follow suit.
Yeah, I agree. I agree, sis.
Absolutely. In the absence of our Pastor Kim, hopefully she can join us. I've let our millennial join us, and
Hey, honey bunny.
Hey.
From us. So, every once in a while, I'll come to her. So, we're talking about, he won't put a label on that thing. He wants to put he want to put a label on that thing.
Right. But
He's not putting a label on the relationship.
right.
I say if you can't mark everything, then don't be trying
don't
to
mark
pick
nothing.
and choose what you gonna mark.
I love it.
Right. You gotta
I love
mark
it.
everything. You gotta step up to everything, or don't even bother to step. You can't tiptoe here and then slide out on the side to the nine. We ain't doing that.
Yeah.
And then
I mean, whatever. I can't be focused and see what they're saying at the same time.
So listen, we do want you to comment. We want you to comment because every once in a while we'll pull out something that you say, but we're gonna keep this conversation going. Oh, I so wish I had Pastor Kim here. Listen,
No, but wait, I wanted to add one more element. Oh, we can't hear each other.
Okay.
Now, the other element I wanted to add to that piece before we move on is another reason why we want to be careful is because as much as women, we want to think we can play the field, we get emotionally attached, as you know what I mean? And so because we were created to be...
We ain't get to that yet.
I just wanted to say something on the topic that we're on.
That was the topic, no? Right?
No, it was, but I just have a small phrase. Your ex
Because the emotional thing is a big thing, and I definitely want to talk about that.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Yeah, Tamika.
Oh, I was just gonna say your
Lady
ex
Tamika,
doesn't mark my
Are
why.
you talking about? Oh,
That's all.
Oh, okay.
Now that I'm gonna have to get on a t-shirt.
Yeah.
She comes out with the slogans, child. She comes out with the slogans.
Yes.
And I approve this message.
When Mr. Agent comes with the acronym.
Right.
You're bad. Okay. You know what, Elder Tisha? Since you were going there, let's take it there now. Because we get too emotionally involved. We need to stop sleeping with him.
Yes. As much as because
take it away, girl.
Right. Because the truth is we like to try to act like we can be hardball. We want to try to act like we can be out there, we can play the field, we can be just as hit it and quit it as they are. The truth is we want to hit it and stay. we want to hit it and hug and cuddle. And so we don't have time to be playing these games with just getting our emotions out there, getting attached, and you not being willing to offer us nothing. So from the very beginning, ladies, you got to hold back the cookies. You got to hold back the cookies so that you don't end up getting hurt. And then you move forward with baggage, right? That's how we end up with a bag load of hurt. And then we move into the next situation. We coming in with bags like this, and we have trust issues. And then the next person gets a bad rap simply because we didn't protect ourselves.
Right. That's right. That's a biggie. Come on, Lady Tamika. We get too emotionally involved. We don't have to stay up out that bed.
Well, that's definitely true, and if we look at the anatomy of a woman, we let things in. Let's just, I'm just being real. I'm keeping it clean, but I'm just we let things in. And so the same thing happens with emotions. We let him in, and how many other things are you going to allow to come in? You have to save that portion of yourself so that it's not tainted, it's not destroyed, it's not taken advantage of. It's important.
Yeah.
That's your virtue, and you're not supposed to be handing it off to just anybody.
Right.
You're very important, and you should have value for yourself.
Mm-hmm. And remember that he enters into your space. So he can walk away, take a shower, and wash you off.
Absolutely.
He will still be in you for some time, depending on what the circumstances and stuff like that were surrounding it. You are the receiver.
There we go. She finished it.
That's right. And see, this is what they were talking about. 2.0. This is exactly what they were.
But that's what Vivian. I hope I'm giving it to you, Vivian. Vivian was the one.
She was looking for it.
But it's so true. It is so true. Well,
I say we sleep together, we go together.
Right.
We go together. Why are you so confused? That's how you looking. That's how you looking. That's why I didn't even bother. Because I know what it is.
Wait a minute. Are y'all seeing what Pastor KL is saying in these comments?
Oh my goodness.
Pastor KL is wilding.
I was feeding off of Elder Tisha, Lady Tamika, as far as with the attachment, and they're right. It's like, okay, now that didn't happen. Now we go together. Don't look so.
Oh. I'm sorry. I didn't know what she was talking about. Okay.
Miss AJ.
Mr. AJ. Okay. Listen, you need to stop sleeping with him because he's only using you for your body. Come on, Lady Tamika.
I thought I told you. I said, we are the entranceway. So, That's that goody, that yum. We're being honest here. We're being real. We're putting it out. That's you know where you can get it. And because you're available and you're open, then he's going to take it because it's offered freely. And so you have to set a premise, and you set that from day one. Listen, this is not what I'm doing, so that you're not taken advantage of.
Yeah.
Right. Absolutely. He's only using you for your body.
Duh. I'm only using him for his. So he can swap.
You match energies? You said I match energies.
Exactly. We're not gonna sit here and pretend like we like to look at each other when we eat. I want to eat when I eat. I ain't trying to be looking at you. So I know what this is about. So now, she's so extra.
It's always my family.
But Vivian hit it very good, Vivian. And some women fool themselves into believing that they're in control, and she's using him, but our bodies are so much more vulnerable.
Right.
Very right. Very true, Vivian.
Absolutely.
Okay,
very true.
Wait, that's right. There are a few women who, because I used to be called a guy, where I was
me
fine
too.
with being on the schedule.
Me too. They saying nothing. Me too.
I got Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays available. Do you have that? Then we can don't call Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays now. Okay?
Because I'm unavailable.
You just keep them satisfied through the weekend. He said 9 to 5 on the weekend. You down with scissor.
Right. So in most cases with women, yes, that is how it is. But there are those few exceptions, those few women that understand. And when women do that, it catches the men off because they're like, and then they call you on Monday. Excuse me, is it Wednesday? And then they all hurt.
Girl.
I can't hold myself. I can't never live this life. I don't know what you're saying.
Well, you know what?
It's very true.
Oh wait, I'll say this. First Corinthians 6:19 reminds us that don't you know that your bodies are the temple of the Holy Spirit, right? So we have to regard our bodies, understanding that it is the temple of the Holy Spirit. And so the reason why we can't just be jumping into bed and mixing and mingling is because there is no equal exchange, Shantice, to be honest with you. What happens is there is a deposit that is made, right? So whether it is fluidity or whether there is some emotional bondages, soul ties, there's a lot that takes place.
Absolutely.
And so protecting our gate, protecting our temple, which is the Holy Spirit of God, is what is it's why we can't mix and mingle. We can't get out there and be playing with our bodies.
That's right.
And
you're right.
Absolutely.
In addition to that,
we have to remember that the Bible. No, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, in addition to that, especially, when Elder Natisha hit with regard to soul ties, your relationship has ended, and 6 and 7 years down the road, you're still thinking about, Joe Blow or John Brown or whomever. And you're in another relationship, but however, Joe Blow every now and then keeps coming to your mind because you allowed that soul tie to be there. And it just doesn't, you got to pray that stuff away. You got to do a whole lot of stuff because that's something that you didn't have to allow in your temple. And now it's in the temple, and now it's an affront to your current relationship. Not that you're doing anything, but the mind, it's in your mind already. So now you have to work on that thing. And the only one that can help you with that is God.
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And as Elder Natisha was also speaking, and you put another stamp on it, Lady Tamika, my thought went to where the Bible says, don't you know that once you engage with a prostitute, you are now one. So now you're trying to figure out, you talking about he using you for and all of this kind of stuff. And now we are sleeping with all the spirits that we've just got finished exchanging from one another. You know, I always say you can't put a condom on that one.
Vivi said you gotta keep your legs closed. That's right, Vivi. That's gonna go on the
yes.
show too.
It's true.
You know, listen, once you exchange, you start sleeping with that one person, you slept with every other spirit that they had in their system. So now,
and that's the problem.
We really are messed up because, right, because that leads that's a segue into my next point of you feel worse after the sex than better. Well,
oh yes.
Well, let's start with you.
You feel worse because it's like, I know what I mean. It's like when God is saying, I'm shutting this down, but you still gonna push to do what you gonna do, and then you can't even enjoy to do. And then it's like, well, what did I just jeopardize my salvation for? Nothing. But getting in trouble. You know, so it's like, so you do end up feeling so much because God is like, I'm not about to let you enjoy this so you can continue to keep doing it. I'm gonna have to put an end to this pleasure. And it's like, oh, okay, yeah. So,
all right, Elder Natisha, you feel you feel worse afterwards instead of enjoying it.
Absolutely. Well, one, because if you are a child of God, and if it is your desire to please God, which it ought to be our desire as women of God, it ought to be our desire to please God. So anytime we do anything outside of the will of God, there is some conviction that's supposed to take place in our hearts. And so you end up feeling worse because there is a sense of conviction that you let down the only one who has ever really been stable in your life, right? The only true love that we have in our life, that's the one who you let down. And for what? For a momentary, listen, if we keep it real, we got to wish and hope it's 5 minutes. You know what I'm saying? So you don't let 5 minutes tear down everything that you have been working on with God. And all it's done is whatever deliverance that you were working for, it takes you some steps backwards now. And you start from the gate all over again. So, for me, that's why I think you feel worse.
Yeah, that's right. Lady Tamika, wrap this one up. You feel worse afterwards instead of better.
Correct. I like to use things that you can actually visualize. So I'm going to use Scotch tape. You have a piece of Scotch tape. You got 2 pieces of Scotch tape. You stick those 2 pieces of Scotch tape together. When you take that piece of Scotch tape apart, try it with another piece of Scotch tape. After a while, how many times you do it, after a while, it's no longer, you're first of all, never the same. After that first introduction to that other piece of Scotch tape, you're forever changed. And so, sometimes we as women, we're so busy trying to be agreeable or pleasant, that's not necessarily the environment that you need, and you get to the point where you do it because you're trying to make him happy. And then afterwards, you're completely miserable. So you go through it, you toss and turn, you're like, why in the world did I do this? And just like Elder said, you have to pay because now you have to go back through what you've already gone through to get to a better state of you.
Yeah. Right. And I don't want to sit here, right, and be unrealistic and act as though, it's not a struggle. Once you've tasted and seen, it's a struggle. And you know what I mean? And so like Shantice was alluding to, the truth is, like, there's some women that like, nah, I'm good. I like it. And I know what this is. And I'm coming into this the same way you coming into this with my eyes wide open. The problem is it is never just as easy as it seems. Remember, the enemy, he's always plotting. He's always plotting. There is always a greater picture in play here. It's not just about this moment. It's not just about you two. There is a bigger picture that is at work. The enemy is trying to grab your soul while Jesus is trying to save your soul to push you forward for purpose and ministry, while the enemy is trying to take you out of the will of God. So while you're thinking it's just a matter of he and I standing here right now face to face, no, it's the enemy saying, do it. Do it, do it. And it's God saying, stand for me, stand for me, stand for me.
Right. Where were you, Elder Natisha, when them moments was happening? I need that voice so much.
She wouldn't have listened because she had me and she ain't listened.
But you mama.
What in the world?
I don't know.
What is, do you see these comments? What is going on in the comments?
I know. They're going in.
What do they say?
Brother Al is starting to come over here and beat me. You ain't seen it. and Renee's like, listen, she grown, leave her alone. Then it's like, that's a past life. Pastor K, I'm talking about she home. My tape don't stick no more.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so listen. Let's go with he refuses to use protection. Girl, close it down. He refuses to use protection, Elder Natisha.
First of all, sir, do you have COVID? You know, let's just start there. First of all, sir, excuse me. Let's just start at COVID. Then let's right. Then let's go to all the other STDs that are listed. Sir, are you kidding me? Listen, this is not the time. This is not the day and age for us to be playing them type of games. We don't have no labels, no titles. I don't know your history yet. You're not coming up in this space. Remember, he's coming into you. He's coming into you. He's going to take a shower, honey, and wash you right down the drain.
Absolutely.
You are still going to be left for days with his fluids floating around up it. Girl. Wait, I don't know you, sir. I don't know you.
You never explained it like that. I did it. No, you use other words. You ain't never said
no. Let me tell you, back in them days, I was cussing. So you better
and threaten me with a wire hanger.
Okay.
She said,
no, I didn't have to use fluid because I was using them cuss words that I thought was going to get across to her. So that's why I say, I don't care what she say.
blame it on my father being absent in my life.
Oh goodness gracious!
No, we can't play them games.
He won't use no protection. Come on now, ladies.
Are you out? Are you out of your ever loving mind? That's the first statement. That's that. She's saying, "Sir." I don't even bother with "sir." You don't get a "sir" on that one. No, sir. No, sir. You don't get a "sir." At any rate, the other dynamic, even outside of sexually transmitted diseases, you're transferring to me your attitudes. You don't realize it, but it does. It transfers. You're trying to figure out why you're quoting things that he says and things that he do, and they're not necessarily you. Not only that, in addition to that, let's just say that you have received his seed now. Now you got to deal with that dynamic of half of you and half of him, and you trying to figure out why your child has these attributes that you can't stand. Why? Because you let him in, and they without a condom. Because you also have to understand that one time that you did it, you can get pregnant. It doesn't have to be 50 times, 60 times. That one time, because I've heard many people say, many females, well, we only did it one time, but that's all you need. And so you have to understand that when you allow that opening, then there you go.
Absolutely.
You open yourself up for that. Here we go.
Yeah.
You open yourself up for that.
So close yourself up. Right.
Shut it down.
No wingy, no dingy.
Put that on a shirt.
We got a lot of shirts.
Exactly.
Tisha got to say, no ringy,
to you.
no dingy.
We have giggled more this time than ever.
Well, okay. See, he won't use protection. He won't wrap it up. What? That's the way the bad movie look I get, Teresa. This is
The
bad
men,
movie.
I can't believe
That's
the
how we in
men.
the bedroom.
That's how you look in the bedroom.
First of all, I gotta inspect. So once I inspect, then if you don't want to inspect me, there's already a problem. And then now you refusing, because let's be real. Not all the time have you covered up. But maybe because, spur the moment they have, not because you refuse. What's with this refusing? So that means I suggested and you said no. And then I insisted and you still said no. How are we moving forward past this?
I can't get past the inspection.
You gotta inspect.
I can't get past the inspection.
She said, I want to see.
I'm so glad I'm past these days. I'm so glad I'm past these days. I know that.
Says who? Past these days, says who?
Realized in my latter years that
No,
there's
he
a
didn't
lot
say
of
let a
reasons
man
to
examine
inspect.
his own self.
You need to inspect. What did he say? What?
Let a man.
Let a man examine his own self.
He's been unbelievable.
I'm a baby Christian. I don't know every verse. I'm sorry. Come on, you gotta put the verse there. I don't know.
No, but that's the funny part. They're interchanging.
Oh,
Yes.
Yes, they are.
Explain that one to you.
I know stuff I gotta explain to you. You know what?
Oh my
That's
goodness.
why you just get the look. You see all this.
Okay. Wait. The sex is great, but the relationship is a mess. Come on, Lady Tamika. The sex is great, but the relationship is just a hot mess. Keep your legs closed.
And why do you think it's a mess? We keep discussing the entrance. It's not just two bodies touching. It's so much more than that. You're allowing all of that. And here's the thing: you're allowing his past, to enter you. It's not just that one moment. Everything that he's ever engaged with, any person that he's ever been engaged with, that is coming to you as well. Because once again, we take it in. We are the opening. And so, no. Mm-mm. Are you not hearing me? Oh, okay. I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah.
No, we got you. No, excellent point. Shatis. The sex is great, but the relationship is a hot mess. And I know.
That's how I look after the sex.
Why do I get the looks? Okay, go ahead. No, give the looks to the camera.
Oh, it don't have the same effect. I gotta get the side look. It be the side look. I don't look at you doing okay, well the sex. So wait, so I have sex and then a relationship? What? Because how I have the relationship if the relationship is whacked in the sex?
Well, that's the point. You know how many people do that where the relationship is a mess, but because the sex is good, they just keep it moving.
Oh, yeah, that's why you put each other on rotation. There's no time for a relationship if you're on rotation. Because you whack. So we meet up on the rotation days, and then that's it. There's no time for a relationship. That's when you know you whack. That's when you know you whack. When you don't want to spend time, like you don't want to chill, like there's no before chill, there's no after chill. It's just we meet up, do whatever, and then it's I'll see you on the next day.
Keep your legs closed.
Did you see how twisted you get?
Keep your legs closed. This is an example of the deterioration of the brain. But the sex is good. Come on, Elder Tisha. What you got?
I would say this: if we take a closer look as to why there's drama in the relationship, chances are you're not getting what you want, right? So regardless of how good the sex is, the truth is you're not satisfied because you really do want more. And that causes the tension in the relationship.
Right.
If he's saying, but I came in telling you what it is, right? I came in telling you what it was. I see you on Monday, Thursday, Friday,
Right.
and then I'm going over there to her on Saturday, Sunday, to Monday. You knew what it was. When you start catching feelings,
Right.
because the
Absolutely.
truth is, I don't care what no women say. Even if we went in it starting out saying, oh, I know what it is, I'm in it just for the sex as well. After you've done it repeatedly, you develop, because we are not built to be machines. We're not machines. We are lovers. We're nurturers. We love. And so once you've done that, some time, you start developing feelings, and now you've switched up the game, and that is what causes the relationship to have tension and to have drama. And so the truth is, you would have to ask yourself, what is it that you want? Ladies, you are in control of this. You control who comes into your space. You control how people enter into your space and how they exit your
Absolutely.
space. You control that. And so you are able to say, hey, with yourself, having a conversation with yourself and with your God, who reminds you of who you are. I remember when I was engaging in that kind of manner, and God said to me, why are you playing in the dirt?
Wow.
Why are you playing in why are you playing in the dirt? Like, I have called you a queen. I have created you to represent me as an ambassador. I have called you royal priesthood, and you playing in dirt. Why are you out here playing in dirt? And so that speaks to someone that may be listening or that may eventually see this broadcast. The question that I would ask to you, if you find yourself in a scenario where you're in a relationship and the relationship isn't good and you're just being, mechanical with the sex, you would have to ask yourself, why are you playing in dirt? You were created as a queen. And if you are intertwining and intermingling in a situation that ultimately is not what God has for you, girl, you playing in dirt, and you're better than that.
I'm getting ready to get on the
That's
tail
right.
end
That's
of
right.
what
That's right.
Elder said. Not only that, if you're going through that much and the only time that you're happy is when that situation, when you're actually getting physical, basically what you're doing is you're giving yourself a sedative to make you feel good. You gotta
Absolutely.
hit to make you feel better, and then all of a sudden you're
Tylenol.
miserable for whatever length of time that is, and then you need a hit again to make. That's a crazy cycle that just doesn't make sense. And so what do what type of you're addicted to that feeling, that extra high for that moment, for whatever length of time, 5 minutes, whatever. And then you go through months of misery only to go back to that 5 minutes. That doesn't make sense. It's a really destructive cycle.
Yeah.
That's right.
And it's destructive to your self-esteem,
Absolutely.
destructive to your emotions, and destructive to your mind, because that plays on you, and you start saying, well, wait a minute, am I not worthy? Am I not good
What's
enough?
wrong with me?
What's
Absolutely.
wrong with me is what you start asking
Absolutely.
yourself. So the truth is, again, we think we playing, but stuff is happening. The enemy is working on the back end while you thinking you playing.
And don't let your pride kick in.
That's right. That's
And then you start playing even more, because now you got to cover up the emotions that you initially didn't have, and now you start to have. Oh no, you ain't about to see me act a fool. Nope, now I gotta
Right.
play this
Absolutely.
yeah. So now I gotta act a fool on top of acting a fool to cover up dirt that. Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Sure
And
enough.
then you all
All
jacked
right,
up.
ladies, this is our last round. But I wanna no, you're right. You're right. You end up even 10 times worse than you even started. No, that's what you be back in the back of, back in your bed doing, like, how did I get here?
Yeah.
But here's what I want you to close with. Close your legs to your ex. Stop sleeping with your ex. Okay? Stop sleeping with your ex. Okay? and give us your closing statement. Okay, at the same time. Okay? So come on, Shantice, we're gonna start with you. Don't sleep with your ex. Stop. Just stop.
Don't sleep with your ex as they always used to say, he is your ex for a reason. Okay, when you dibble and dabble, you are opening the door for so many things to happen, and you disturb your own peace. He gets up and walks off, and you're still sitting there like, what just happened? And you can't move forward. You can't, like, it is just such a self-destructive path that you take yourself down. Just cut him off. Cut all ties. No, that's it.
Okay, so girl, close your legs.
Close your legs. Listen.
No, that's just period.
Oh.
Give the closing remarks.
Close your legs. Tie them. Put a belt around it. Put a bolt. Put a combination lock. Whatever you got to do. Tie them legs shut. Do not open them. And really, on a serious note, really allow God to teach you to cherish what He has made you a steward over, which is your body. That once you allow Him to start doing that, it's just like, wow, like this is His, and I'm just throwing it every which way. But He's entrusted me with my body to take care of it. So keep them legs closed.
Okay, thank you, Shantice. Lady Tamika, start off with, girl, don't do it with your ex, and finish off with, stop sleeping with him. Just stop sleeping with him.
Okay. Definitely, Shantice hit it well in saying that he's your ex for a reason. And at that point, you need to seal every avenue that's there, by phone, by text, by Facebook, by Instagram, by television, by smoke signal, by, friend of friend of friend. Close every door and every now avenue. Don't let that avenue be, don't have a conduit is what I'm saying. Because, when you're at that point and he's already been there, he knows how to get you. He knows your weakness. And I'm not talking about the gentleman. I'm talking about the enemy. He knows how to get you. He knows your address. He knows where you live. He can catch you in the middle of your night and sleep. He can catch you in your memories, your things that happened in the past, and realign you back in the present with something that happened in the past. When you close that door, close it all the way, in word, in thought, and deed, so that avenue can't be opened again. And once that door is sealed by steel, sealed by whatever it is that you need to close with, every avenue, make sure that it's closed so that it doesn't happen again. And I approve this message.
Very good. You ladies are closing nicely. Elder Natisha, take it home.
Absolutely. And so what I'll do is I'll talk to you about Esau. So Esau is a gentleman in the Bible who, because of his appetite, he sold his birthright because of his appetite. Ladies, be mindful of your appetite. Know what it is that drives you. Know what it is that the enemy can manipulate that will drive you to this point of selling your birthright. You are worthy. Stop sleeping with your ex simply because there is a birthright that is at play, moving you forward. There is something that God is calling you to in front of you. You don't want to, because of your appetite, destroy that which God is calling you to. So stop sleeping with him. And then ultimately stop sleeping with him simply because you're worth more. You're worth more than that. You got to know who you are. You got to know that God created you for a purpose. It's important for you to know that there is so much more that God has in store for you. And you want to reach for those things. You want to look forward and you want to reach toward God to discover all of the beauty that God has in store for you. So let nothing hinder you. Let nothing stand in your way. Know your appetite and don't sell your birthright.
Absolutely. Amen. We've so much, so appreciate you just handling it so eloquently, so ladylike, but yet so real.
Should we sing a song?
It looks like they froze again.
Jesus on the main line.
Tell them what you want.
Oh.
Now there
Jesus.
are
Y'all cracking
two
jokes
of
about
them.
No, we just singing songs while y'all get it together.
Okay.
There we go.
Amen. Thank you so much. This Wi-Fi is just a mess tonight.
We plead the blood of Jesus against it.
You
Amen.
ladies have done a phenomenal job. All really a fantastic job as always. But we're gonna close with Minister AJ's acronym for DIRT. What you got?
So Minister AJ's acronym for DIRT is Demons and Righteous Temples.
Amen.
So we know he always gives the best acronym.
Mm.
The best acronym.
He
So
does.
we could not close without having that. But you ladies, keep doing what you're doing. Let me tell you something. If you like tonight's conversation, now it doesn't get so down and dirty in the mornings because everybody's still pulling the crud out their eye. But the ladies nail it every Wednesday. And if you want to get more of this and see what they've been doing up until the 37th week, go back to one of Blog Talk Radio, Apple iTunes, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Music Unlimited.
And cut.
We need another song. What you got? What else you got with that washboard?
I should have went and got it while she was talking. Looks like they're coming up.
Mm-hmm.
As she was saying.
Yeah.
Okay. So make sure
There
you
we go.
to any one of
Oh, she's saying just wave by.
to get on any Wednesday to get the women of worship. And going forward, God's fans, make sure you tune in every day. We've given you a taste of Monday's relationship clinic, Tuesday's church folk, and now you got a taste of Wednesday's women of warfare, women of worship. Women, you have been, ladies, you've been phenomenal. Thank you so much, Shantice. We're so sorry we just couldn't get a handle on Pastor Kim's Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
But we're grateful that he was trying to get on. And I love you.
Love you.
Love you.
Next, Techie Talk with Dwayne McLeese. Sure. Love you too. Make sure you keep it locked. We'll be right back.
How y'all doing? How y'all doing, yo? Look, listen here. I just support Gucci. First of all, Gucci is just too expensive. I'm not gonna support a company that is expensive and make a mockery out of us. No.
Do we have okay? You
Ain't no way you're gonna make a mockery out of my face. Money on top of it. Listen here. I wear me movement. I wear me. I support me. I wear me. Have some designs. Look, listen here, people. Stop going to these companies that don't support you. They make things to make you look ugly. You're not ugly. Your face is beautiful. And I'm gonna keep it like that. Peace out. Love y'all.
Everybody's good? Uh-huh. My dear friend, R2D2. If you don't know who I am, my name is Dwayne Techie Talk McLeese. I got a couple of things to share with you today. Come with me. Today, I want to show you a couple of things. This right here is a desktop computer. Okay? A lot of the components inside of this computer can be changed. We have the power supply that can be changed. The fan could be changed. Underneath the fan is called a CPU. It's a small chip that can be changed. And also right here, we have RAM chips that can be changed. Okay? So whenever you hear the term of upgrade, certain things on your desktop can be upgraded, and this is one of the main ones that can be upgraded. Okay? Over here, we have a hard drive. This is what it looks like. This is one of the older ones. It's called a SATA hard drive. A lot of the newer computers come with an SD hard drive, which is a lot more faster. It looks similar to a RAM chip. Over here, we have our favorite storage device. It's called a jump drive. And it can store videos, documents, pictures, and everything else. Over here, we have a smaller version of the desktop hard drive. This is the one that goes inside of a laptop. This can be swapped out and upgraded. Also, if you are having a cracked screen, you don't necessarily have to throw it away. It can be swapped out and changed. I took the liberty of opening up this one. See? You could take it right out and buy another one and have it installed. You could do it yourself, or you can call me to do it. A lot of the newer laptops and desktops no longer have CD-ROM drives in it. So this has now been replaced with items such as this, or with the cloud. Over here, we have keyboards. That too can be swapped out. So if by chance, if you're missing keys, or you have you spilled your Starbucks coffee on your keyboard and it got inside the slides here, you can actually take this keyboard out and replace it. You don't necessarily have to throw the entire laptop away. Also, the touchpad here can be replaced along with the buttons. Now, many of you are wondering about how to clean the screen on your device, how to clean the keyboard on your device. And what I do is that I just like I spray and I gently wipe down the laptop, and I wipe down the screen as well. Contact and will on the wall. Okay, we take time. You see all the wires coming in? Also going out to the different locations within the building. Okay. And then they get distributed out to a thing called a patch. I want to go to the front so you can see it. This is what you call Can you guys see me? Hear me? The one down switch, and the internet service gets plugged into this equipment. Internet sent to all of the environment. Hello. Hi, can you hear me now? Is that better? Can we get some thumbs up? It's good? Sorry about that, internet issues. But I've been doing this for over 25 years, and it was truly a blessing for me to be able to service a lot of computers and to help people out. It's my ministry, and I've been so fortunate to be able to not only have a company in New York that I started called Delstar, and I named it after my children, Delstar. The D stands for Devon, and the E stands for Ebony. The L stands for Lindsay. The S stands for Shantae. The T stands for Taylor, and Raven. So all of the kids are named in my company that I started in 2006 up until 2013. And I was fortunate and got blessed to work at some amazing companies during the time I was in New York. And because of all the experience and everything that went along with it, I was able to relocate down to Indiana. And there's where I met my beautiful wife, Ladina McGleese. I know she's listening. I love you, sweetheart. God bless you. However, if you ever wanted to need help with your computer systems, or if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me at 646-361-4698. My number is 646-361-4698. I'm also on Facebook. I'm not on Twitter. There's just too much social media for me. I'm on Instagram. I'm on Snapchat. So if ever you need some help or you need some advice, I've had friends and family members and customers actually call me while they're standing in front of a salesperson in order to get assistance as to what to buy and what to do and what to say to the salesperson so they wouldn't be taken for a ride. A lot of things that you may have, you might not have to throw away that laptop and that desktop. You could really just keep it, get in contact with me. Let's do a site survey or a survey. Let me figure out what you could need, what could be salvaged. A lot of times I would say, okay, well, this computer needs to be thrown away. However, I can take the hard drive out and I can attach the hard drive to a new computer and then transfer your data over to your new computer and everything. So nothing will be lost. And then we can throw the entire computer away. I specialize in elderly people. Those are my specialties. I just been blessed. I think my mother, God rest her soul, my mother blessed me when I had to understand how to work with her and show her how to work the computer while she was alive. I felt empowered to work with people who are, a lot older than I am. And I have the patience of Job. And I had so many successful people let me know that I've truly been a blessing to them in their life. So I like to thank each and every one of you for tuning in. So sorry for the choppiness and the internet issues. The bill is paid, okay? But thank you so much. And you guys have a wonderful evening. God bless. Good night.